Hi Stampin' friends, it's Chris Slogar from BuckeyeInklings.com, and today I want to show you how to make this card that looks like a present. It's very festive in the Let It Snow paper from the Let It Snow suite, and we've also used stamps from Snowman Season. That's a part of that suite. This card opens like so. The top is a flap and it folds down like this. There's a pocket on the inside for a gift card, little extra designer paper, and a spot for a message. This is a remake. You might recognize this from maybe a year and a half ago. We made this present, and it's a shorter one because we were leaving room for this cardstock bow at the top here. But in this case, I wanted to use that beautiful real red ruched ribbon and tie a bow. So I changed the dimensions just a little bit. Okay, so let's get started. It uses just 2 pieces of Coastal Cabana for the base. And the first one is 4 inches wide by 11 inches long. You can see it's already scored at 4 inches, 5.5 inches, and 7 inches. So I've already burnished those score lines too, and you're going to see when we tack this side together, let's just do it. I'm going to push that fold together, and this is what's going to make our pocket. We're going to tack this down later and leave this as the pocket. In fact, I'll put some sticky strip right in there now so that we see where our pocket's going to be. But we're not going to close it up because we have some designer paper to tuck in there. Okay. So the top of the present measures 4 inches. No, I'm sorry, 4.25 inches by 5 inches. And on the 5-inch side, it's scored in half at 2.5. Okay, so we're going to burnish that, and I'm adding this piece of designer paper that we have to decorate the top. It's 4 inches by 2.25. And I'm also going to add, let's see, to the front of the present, I've got 2 pieces of designer paper here, and this was fun because we made this in the team meeting the other night, and people could use either side. I am going to make it like my sample. Each of these measures 3 3/4 square. So on the front, what's going to be the front, I'm going to put this snowflake pattern with the hats on the back. All right. And on the inside, I'm going to use the snowfall. That's just doesn't show the big flakes. Okay, so this piece will go in here eventually, but the first thing we need to do is get this attached to the box top. Now, we are not going to butt this right up into that fold. Okay, that is, if we did that, we would be making this shorter card. That's 4 inches square. Okay, but since I still wanted to use this piece that was 11 inches, okay, because I think we typically have 8.5 by 11 paper more frequently than we would have a longer paper, I am just going to mount the top of this edge 1 inch or so below the fold. Okay, so I'm going to be careful to only add adhesive at the top there where those pieces are going to overlap. Now I'm centering that piece within the width, and I can even use my grid paper to kind of make sure everything's squared up. And I'm 1, 2, 3 there, 4 squares lower, and just gonna put those pieces together. Okay, so remember, this is going to be the pocket, this is the front, and this folds down. So the front is kind of looking done already. Then on the inside, I'm going to mount this piece. This is this is what fools you. It's going to span over that joint here. I'm going to use the fast fuse so we're not waiting for it to dry. So I'm mounting that close to the fold, okay? And it is spanning that joint where the top of the base piece comes into the top of the card, or top of the present. Okay, and then you'll see this pocket. This is why we haven't attached the pocket yet. This piece kind of goes into the pocket. All right, but we can close that up now. We've got our sticky strip already in place, and now we've got our pocket, okay? So I'm going to stamp a little bit, just not too much going on here. I guess we could add a snowman there. That would be nice too. But I'm going to take the snowflakes and put them all along this pocket edge. And let's see. Oops. Oh my gosh, that was lucky. And have any ink. Okay. And I'm also going to stamp in real red the Merry Christmas for the message piece. By the way, this Whisper White is also a 3 3/4 inch square. Okay, and I'll put that right down in place here. Okay, so I think the inside's done. We're gonna fold that up. We've got the spot for the pocket, right? And the front is decorated. We just need the tag. So I use the Timeless Label Punch along with the to from that stamp set. Let's see, I'll do the to from. And add a little bit of snowflakes around it. You might want to do this after you punch it to see where you want them to show. Okay, and I have a length of that pretty ribbon that's 28 inches long, and that's going to be plenty to tie a bow. So I'm just going to, the trick to tying a really pretty bow is to do as little twisting as possible. So I am bringing these together and trying not to have too much twisting there. I'm going to bring up that lower piece and then wrap around with the tail, which should be left a little bit longer to make this work out nicely. Oops, I can't get the right piece out. Now, never works out perfectly from the start, but what I do is take my tweezers and play with this, and actually that's not too bad. If I see something that's not going the way I want it to, I just turn it with my tweezers, okay? So just takes a little bit of play, and you'll have a really nice bow. I think with such a wide ribbon, it's just pretty to have, such a showy bow. Okay, and I'll trim those ends. I actually think I'd like the loops a little smaller. And then once I've got that in place, I can just tuck my tag up in there with a glue dot or a dimensional, whatever. Okay, so there we have it. Here's the original. Hope you'll give that a try. If you need any of the products you've seen here, they're available now from our holiday catalog until the end of December, first couple of days of January in 2020. And visit me at buckeyeinklings.com for more ideas or to find that online store. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.